Hello. It's January 23rd, Monday, 2023. This is the afternoon ride home. The morning video did post, so that is actually up. So the AM ride is up on the other channel. I did check the traffic this time before starting my route, and as of this moment, the roads are clear. Turnpike 422, all that nonsense, no problems. And I'm running my map software down here in the down here where you can't see, but I can see, and it's all blue. There's red if there's. I think this guy's trying to pass me. I hate it when people try to pass me on the right. I don't know what his thought process was, but people are very aggressive drivers lately. So I talked about this morning. I talked about the new format. There ended up being four chunklets. The word chunklet has been suggested possibly as part of the name for the channel. We haven't come up with a new name yet. If it were not, what in the world is that? If it were not up to me, I know what it is. If it were not up to me, the front runner would be eyebrow basket weavings. That's a name someone chose because I don't know how much I do it on camera because I'm not looking at myself while I'm driving, but sometimes I have a tendency to play with my eyebrows like that, and so anyway, somebody was suggesting eyebrow basket weavings as the name of the channel. I'm not really drawn towards it. What do you think? I suspected it was going to be a stressful day at work, and it was, so we've got that going for us, but now I'm on my way home. If you don't follow the early morning version of this, I'll repeat for you that I did go shopping this weekend. My pantry's now full. I had took a ridiculous lunch with me to work today that I did not finish. Looked like really good stuff, healthy. Talked about, possibly working out. Talked about the 3-week rule when it came to setting and breaking habits, and when it came to doing the paleo, or the 3 weeks. That reminds me. So in the morning channel, I was talking about the paleo or the low carb, high protein diet, and I said that there's a 3-week wall. I believe that's particular to every person. For me, it takes my body 3 weeks to. It may happen fast. Well, I haven't done it in a long time, so it's probably back to 3 weeks again. But it's different for every person. Some people will break through that wall quickly, but it's one of those things where when I go to that diet, I have to be like no carb for 3 weeks, and then, like I said, I get sluggish. I'm very, very tired. But after that 3 weeks, my body kicks back into gear and just starts burning fat for fuel. But you really got to be strict. No carbs. No, like as little as possible. Like I know they sneak in. It's hard to avoid them entirely. But yeah, like pretty much, if you keep it down to 0 carbs, for me, it takes 3 weeks to break through that wall, and then my body finds all the fat stores and starts burning them for fuel. Let's see what else. Ridiculously expensive shopping trip to refill the pantry. Just stuff is expensive now. It's ridiculous. Like I didn't realize it until we went to the store, but it was a very, very expensive shopping trip. I will never financially recover from my grocery shopping. I did listen to the news briefly. There's nothing worth repeating, just horrible stuff. I was going to give you, other than the traffic in the direction that I'm going, which is clear, I was going to give you a market update, but I never heard what the markets were doing today, and I didn't have a chance to check while I was work. I was literally busy the entire day, start to finish. My viewer is still under the weather, so I don't know that he will or ever see this, which means the contest is probably still going. I haven't looked today, but as of yesterday, he still hadn't commented on any of these videos. So, but he's aware of this station now, and like he's aware of what the contest is. So it's going to be very hard for you to beat him, because, like I said, you have to get him to come here and comment on your comment, tagging him, saying that he saw your comment before he commented on one of these videos. I know what I'm saying, but it sounds to me like it's coming out as gibberish. Weather is supposed to get cold. We're getting back into like real winter weather, which kind of sucks. I don't like the cold. I apologize for the yawning and the cold. I'll apologize for that too. Processing stuff from work. Gotta get that out of my head before I start my standard ramble. It was a bit of a frustrating day, but it wasn't all entirely unproductive, but stressful. I am really looking forward to taking a vacation. I think I talked about this before. We're not going to be taking a major vacation this year, because unfortunately my wife is tied up in multiple large projects that are spanning most of the year, and she really can't be away. But we do plan on doing something. It's been a really long time since we've taken a real vacation. Again, for the morning program, I said is I'm going to explain some of the trials and tribulations of the business that I have on the side, some of the problems I run into. The specific one, I have to get it completely resolved before I can discuss it here. And one of the things I suggested to my viewer is he's in a similar situation. Well, his situation's different. He doesn't have a 9-to-5 to fall back on. He is his own boss. So I think he should do little videos, like, because he's talked about wanting to do a video, and that would be an interesting thing. Like, because I think he did have, and I won't give it much detail, but he had a situation where he had something happen with his business, which was something very similar to what I'm going through now. But various things like that. How, if you've got your own business, how do you deal with situations like that? Because they can seem like end of the world type situations, and you have to resolve it. You have to do what's necessary to get to the next point. And like I said, I can't talk about my specific situation now until it's resolved. But like, you could do we could either do a my viewer, my one subscriber on the other channel, we could do a collaboration where we just like do a talking head video, relatively freeform, but about the specific ups and downs of having a business and what kind of problems you can run into and how you resolve them or how I resolve them. When I say I mean mostly corporate, but you know what I mean. So if you catch this one, subscriber, kick it around. See if you want to do that. I think it would be fun. Doesn't have to be in person. We could do it via like either a FaceTime thing or Teams or any other piece of software that lets the two of us be there and just have a one-on-one chat. If we do Teams, I think I would. Yeah, I don't know if we want to do just talking heads or if we want to kind of do a combo where we're have a video playing in the background, or I don't know. We'll talk about it when you're feeling better. The morning, like I said, I'm still doing the chunklets. I'm breaking these into 20-minute segments. It'll air as an hour or an hour and 20 minutes air. It'll get uploaded to YouTube as an hour and 20 minutes, depending on how long it goes. But they're still being broken into 4 individual sections. So you can watch any 20-minute section, and I feel I have to explain over again a lot of things I explain on the other channel, because I don't know that I don't know how much cross-pollination there is, like if you like why there would be any, but the point is, like, they're 20 minutes, they're independent. You can watch the 20-minute section and it's like a whole thing. I think I explained that in the yesterday or the day before the afternoon video, so I think we're all clear on that. We know what's going on. If you're into the lottery, there's a person at work that like constantly reminds me of like what the lottery's up to, and the Powerball is apparently up to $500 million, and that's right around the neighborhood where I start to play. So I'm considering grabbing myself a ticket on the way home for the Powerball. If these lottery things keep getting like up there, it's going to be expensive for me, paying $2 a pop for these tickets. But you've got to play to win. My sad excuse for a mustache has gotten to the point where it's irritating. I always let it get about this long, and then I can't stand it anymore. I'm constantly playing with it. It's poking me in the face. It looks terrible. I can't grow a mustache. So I may remove it. I turn this around in the last 5 minutes, this is going to be the worst chunklet of the day. Like a lot of dead air, lot of me decompressing from work, really not talking about anything, and I do apologize for that. I apologize for apologizing so much. Trust me, I have not run out of things to say. Got out of work a little later than I normally do. Someone grabbed me on my way out, and decided to have a conversation with me. This isn't really talking about work, even though I mentioned work. And then I got on the road, and I decided to get gas. It was either like I had enough gas to get to my neck of the woods, and I saw that there was no traffic, but I decided to get gas. I think it was like $3.55 a gallon, something like that. I got it just before I got on the turnpike. I could have made it to my neck of the woods, but it was convenient, so I just got it there. There's a reason I'm telling you this. Oh, the reason I'm mentioning, what did that sign say? The reason I'm mentioning this is because well, what I was about to say was I thought I was making pretty good time, but now I question if that's true, because I don't know if that sign said 2 miles or 6 miles. Was that the 6 mile sign? I was lost in thought about work, I guess, and I thought I had made it further down the highway than I have. Oh no, I am where I thought I was. So yeah. So for getting out of work late and getting gas, I have made surprisingly good time. I'm pretty much on par with a normal day. So I got that going for me. I like that. I talked about going shopping and buying things in bulk and butchering meat, and it's funny, a buddy of mine, not my subscriber, but another buddy of mine, recently bought a knife very similar to one I have. His is an inch longer, and it's just a Kiwi, I think it's a Kiwi chef's knife, but that's not, like, it's a knife I use all the time. I like it very much, but it's not a knife I usually use for butchering meats when I buy bulk meats in the store. I use one of my regular chef's knives that have a tip. But I think I need to sharpen them. Like I use the honing diamond on them all the time. But it's time to really sharpen the knives. And also, if I start doing more of this, where I'm buying butcher stuff, I'm wondering, should I invest in a different kind of butchering knife, just to make it easier, or is it all about just having a sharp knife and knowing having the skills? We'll find out. But this is the end of the first 20 minutes. I would have liked to have gone more into that. Maybe I will mention knives in one of the other chunklets, but for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm not really signing off. I'm just ending this first 20 minutes, so have a wonderful day. Hello, it's January 23rd, Monday, 2023. My naming conventions have gotten really bad. I am going to go back and rename these something like I've abbreviated it more and more. To this point, at this point, I'm numbering the episodes like 123. Like I think that's the title of the morning drive episode. So like it's more out of convenience than anything else. Like I want to get it up. You can change the title after it's already been uploaded. The naming convention is like literally just me being lazy. Like this is not this isn't even my final form. Like this, what you're seeing here isn't really a channel. It's not a well thought out thing. Like it's gaining structure, but it's not gaining more content yet. Tossing around ideas, possibly playing a D&D game back and forth through comments, or possibly even videos where a 20-minute chunklet will either be dedicated to the game, where I like explain what the consequences of your actions, blah blah blah. But it may not even remain in this format. I may do some of the things Matt had suggested in the first place. Pick a topic, make sure a topic that I'm familiar with, but then bone up on it, make it more digestible, and possibly do like a 10 or 20 minute video about that, or maybe even an hour-long video about a specific topic. These driving videos may go away entirely. The YouTube channel may go away entirely. I wouldn't put too much faith in it, but the interesting thing is, I was mentioning the 3-week thing this morning and in the previous chunklet. I do believe I've been doing these for about 3 weeks now, so I may have created a habit. I may be stuck doing these forever. The afternoon drive ones is a relatively new one. That's only a little over a week old. The morning drive, I think I've been doing since last year. So pretty much every day that I've driven to work, I've made a video. I haven't been as consistent with the drive home videos. I've only missed one since I started, and it was yesterday or the day before, because there was a whole series of things that happened. So there is the data. It hasn't been posted, but I started the video, I got interrupted, I started again. Like I think I started it 3 or 4 times, and then at one point I ended up getting a phone call, and I was on the phone call for the bulk of the time. If I get a phone call while I'm recording these videos, the video shuts down. It doesn't continue. So, well, if I get a call on this phone, I have other phones, plural, with me that I can get calls on. That won't end this video, but it is rude, and I did do that a couple of times in the afternoon videos. And a couple times in the morning videos, just talk to somebody else, like just not even pay attention to you guys. Called my wife, driving home from work, I called work and did work things. Just like you guys were an afterthought. You guy. Well, there's actually no one. I have no subscribers to this channel. I actually don't know how many, I don't even know if these videos get any views. The other channel though, I've got a subscriber, and he's watched some of the videos, so you should see the analytics. They're through the roof. The slide rule video, which is pretty crappy. It's just me explaining very poorly how to do multiplication on a slide rule. Still intend to make that series. All the things you can do with slide rule, and possibly the history and background of slide rules. Like I said, I did end up running into some content online. People, like a young fella explaining slide rules, but he was way too fast and like just dove right into the math of logarithms, and I don't want to do that. Like I want to explain it, but not in that fast-paced way. I mean, it's good content if you like that kind of stuff. I actually found it quite enjoyable, but I think the average person would find that they wouldn't watch it. Not that they would watch a slow-paced technical video on how to use the slide rule either, but anyway, the point is, I do intend on making those little short couple of minute segments on how to do the different things, and it'll be a series. It'll all have the same name. I explained this before, like it'll be a similar name, like, slide rule use by blah blah blah, whatever the name of my channel is, and it'll just be broken. It's like if you need to know a specific thing, you just go to that video. And then I may like glue them all together to just have like one comprehensive thing with timestamps if you want to know how to do this stuff. Not that the information's not out there, it's something to get me to make more videos, and it would be in it, like I wouldn't be doing it in the car if that's what you're thinking. I would do it in my office. I have a little floating desk that I have, and the video that's up on the other channel for Slide Rule is done in my office. I just got to get a better setup so that I can, like, because the way I filmed that one, like I got complimented on that it was really good, but I had my camera balanced on like it was counterweight. It was hanging over a Bible, and it had a book. I think it was the Bible. It could have been any one of the books I have, but it was a book that was thick enough to hold the camera, and then I had something on the camera so the camera didn't flip down while I was filming the Slide Rule video. And like I said, I'll make copy before I do it, so like I'm actually reading for something, or at least something with bullet points, because I kind of got floundery at the end of that video, and I kind of like it made sense what I was saying, but I like that end part where I said the teens and stuff like that. I don't think I got my point across very well. So like I said, I'll write copy. I'll make it a much more less. And I think I'm a little more. I appear a little more comfortable behind the camera now, so I think I could do a better video. And like I said, I want the opportunity to do these somewhere other than here. I don't know why I want the opportunity to do that. It doesn't really make any sense. Like, at least when I'm making these videos, I really have nothing else going on. I'd either be listening to the radio, listening to an audiobook, just slowly going insane in silence. So it's there's not a lot of productive stuff that I can do while I'm driving home. It's just making these videos is pretty easy, and it could literally just be like the original joke was it was going to be me sitting in silence, and I'm imagining a lot of you are having a hard time imagining me sitting in silence at this point, because once I get rambling on these, I tend to just go on and on and on. So now, having said that, I'll sit here in silence for a while. I'd like to know if I could figure out, like if there's a way to look at the data. So, like, my question is this: like, I'm putting somewhere between, like I said, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours of content up a day. I have one subscriber between the two channels, and there's the age of my channel. Like, I'm just wondering, like, from an analytic point, where does that fit? Like, to have that much, loosely call it content, but that much content and no subscribers, does that, like, I know it's not the end of the chart you want to be, but am I close to being number one for being number zero? Like, do I have, like, literally the worst stats for a channel? Because if I do, I want to embrace that. I want to be proud of it. I want to be able to say, yes, look here, we did an analysis, and yes, statistically speaking, I have the worst YouTube channel. me. As I said this morning, it's Mondays. And I had to work Saturday, so like it's just it's funny. There's no coming back from that. I'm just like going to be tired forever now. Yeah, that was a bunch of half thoughts, and I do apologize. Oh, I'm doing it again. Whole apology thing. Let me say but now. So as I was saying, in making these videos, it is easier to, like, although I don't always see it, so sometimes I seem frantic when I talk like this, but it is possible for me to seem calmer now as I'm doing these videos. I was very nervous before, just nervous about the fact that people are going to see this. Like now my nervousness has switched for the most part to some place that's actually more useful. Like I'm actually more concerned, and this isn't being negative. I'm actually more concerned about content. Not enough to actually provide any yet, but I'm not so much nervous about the way I look, and the fact that I haven't addressed how bad my teeth are. I noticed that when I was editing the other video. I have a big screen at home that, like, when I have to edit stuff out, I go to YouTube Studio and I edit, and I saw my face and I was like, wow, what a handsome lad. But on top of that, I was looking at my teeth, and I think it was because it might have been the same episode where I was talking about the time I hit the commode and I knocked my gums over my teeth, and I don't generally see myself from this angle, and I am just shocked and appalled at how, like, I knew my teeth were bad, like, not, I mean, they're good teeth, they're just not, none of them are facing the same direction. So that's a bit on the weird side. Like, see, I can't see what I'm showing you. It's the screen's too small, too far away. It's blurry. But like the whole, what I have going on down here is just it's a shipwreck. Shipwreck? Not a shipwreck. What's that called? A train wreck. Train wreck. Yes. Someone was trying to say something today. Was it something? Anyway, it was a big industrial piece of equipment, like a forge press or something like that. But they kept saying French press, and it was hilarious. It has to do with heat treating and squeezing giant rings round and flat. But he kept accidentally saying French press.